Hello, hello, hello. Let me adjust my camera. I see it's a little bit high. Welcome to Joe Daddy's Garage. It is Monday, March 17th, 2025. And the groundhog was right. We're still experiencing winter weather in a sort. Of course, in Georgia, that's not too bad, but it's not good enough to paint or do stuff like that. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I want to get the temperature's just right so I can get the paint on the Cobra Jet project, as you all know. Hope everybody had a good week and a good weekend. I know it's St. Patrick's Day today, and not that it really means much, I guess, other than people want to go out and eat green food and drink green beer for whatever reason. So I'm not much into that. So celebration of whatever St. Patrick's Day is for, I don't even know. But if you are and you're having a good time, more to you, more power to you. So hopefully everybody is joining our chat tonight. There's many more people who will join our chat tonight. I know that I have a group of people that show up, usually 40 to 50 people on a regular basis. And so if you are new to my chat, or my live stream, as I should say, I try to do this on every Monday night at 7 o'clock and talk about classic cars or Mustangs or Camaros in general or whatever. But my bracket of time is roughly 1955 to 1979, 80, 81, somewhere in that range. Those are the cars that I'm most familiar with. And we tend to talk about problems we may be having, or somebody can bring up a problem they have, and we try to help them solve it if we can. Or we may just have a group discussion and just see what's going on and just go with the flow, let's say. So if you're new to this chat, I encourage you to hit the thumbs up and the like, all that stuff, and leave a comment or pose a question if you would, if you have one. So feel free to join in and spend some time with us. I try to do this for about an hour to maybe an hour and a half tops, and that tends to be limited by a lot by my voice fading out. I don't know what's going on as I get older. It seems, I guess it's my age, my voice feels to me like it's getting rougher, like it just has that sound, and at least what I'm hearing in my head has a rougher kind of texture to it. And I don't know. I guess that's normal. I don't know. I'm just running with it and just keep operating, see what's going on. But welcome to the chat. And as you see behind me, I have a 68 Mustang that is on a jig that I built from a boat trailer. And this is a fastback that I'm building for a customer. And currently I have some fenders on it, some new fenders. I'm doing some mock-up on those, seeing how they're going to fit. But I have been spending more time on the Cobra Jet and getting it ready for the eventual paint. So that needs to happen sooner than later. I really need to get that finished so that I can go full time on this project. So anyway, that's enough of an introduction, let's say. So let's see who's here tonight. And the first one in, Rick Gain. It annoyed me when the groundhog extended winter. Yes. Me too. And he also says happy St. Patrick's Day. Likewise. Rick Stevenson. Good evening, everyone. Evening, Rick. I should say that Rick Gain is hailing from New Jersey, and typically Rick Stevenson, sometimes Florida, sometimes different parts of the world, but that's where they're from. And when Rick shows up, I get my drink of coffee. Get my first drink of coffee. I should say when Rick Stevenson shows up. Good stuff. Okay. Terry Keithley. Happy St. Patrick's Day all, and Barry, please hit the thumbs up and like button. Thank you kindly, Terry, Betty, and the cats. As long as the cats are here, I know it's going to be a good show. Black GTX. Good evening, guys. Mark, I believe. Welcome, Mark. I'm always hesitant on that. I know I'm 98% sure it's Mark, but somewhere in my mind it's saying Mike. Who knows? Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm confident that it's Mark, though. Derek Pro. Hi, Barry, everyone. Been a while. Hope you're all well. Been very busy here making progress on Project 65. Lots of fun. Yes, I'm sure. And Derek is checking in from Australia. So we are international as of right now. Glad you're here, Derek. Roger, Hindsight 67, from right next door. So we went from international to literally a driveway away. Welcome, Raj. Dave Tyson, first Dave sighting. Good evening, all. Evening, Dave. Nandu. Good evening, Barry and everyone. Hope you're doing good. Thank you, Nandu. And I think Nandu is from Pennsylvania, if I remember correctly. Troy Justin. Happy Monday, all. I'm out of bourbon, and so it's beer with Barry tonight. And he is on the Georgia coast, I believe. Danny Asmaro, that's I'm guessing. Good morning from Sydney, Australia. Well, good morning, Danny. That's awesome. 2 people from Australia. That's pretty cool. Hey, Matco man. Hello, everyone. Hello, sir. Troy Justin. Is that the 6-speed transmission behind the Coyote? If it is, he won't like it. Everyone who has one isn't happy with them, me included. I don't know. I assume so. I don't know what it is exactly. I don't know. I know it's the 2017 engine out of a F-150 truck. So, tell me what you don't like about the 6-speed. Is there something I don't know? By all means, please share with us. Bowler hat guy, David. Good evening, Barry. Hello, everyone. Hello, David. Glad you're here. Bob Shoemaker. Evening, all. Smoky, Oklahoma. I've been lucky with no fires around us. There were 30 miles to the east of us, and a bunch of homes and business buildings completely gone. Oh my goodness, that is not good. I hope it is under control at this point. That's never a good sign. Fire is one of the things that I genuinely fear. Yeah, I don't know. I might walk out in the middle of a thunderstorm and just watch everything, but I'm not going to watch a fire. I'm getting out of there. It's hard to get away from that when you get caught up in it. So hope you stay safe, Bob. I should say that we also had over the weekend. There was a lot of hoopla over the storms coming across the southeast, and I guess we just might have got the tail of it because we didn't have anything here. No trees blown over, no significant rain or damage of any sort. But I know other places and states have had tornadoes and all kinds of stuff. So thankfully we didn't have any issue like that. So it's not much you can do when Mother Nature rears her ugly head. Daryl Horvath, good evening, Barry, from the Great White North. You know, I just noticed. Now, I didn't change anything. Remember last week, the imprint was big on the bottom? Now it's gone back to the small. I don't think I've done that. I don't think I changed anything. But welcome, Daryl. I kind of liked that last week when it had a big blurb on the bottom. But now it's gone back. Again, I don't think I did anything to make that happen. Dave Britton, hi Barry, nice to be back. Dave is up in the Great White North of Canada. Glad you're here, Dave. Hugh P. Hello, Barry. Hello, Hugh. Afghanistan veteran there. Thank you for your service. And he's from Ada. I'm going to say Ada. I don't know if it's Ada or Ada, Ohio. Okay. Ed Cucciarella. Hello, all from Southern California. Hello, Ed. Hope all is well out there with you. And Mark says it is Mark. You got it. Thank you. Rick Gain. How come Roger never makes live appearances on the stream? Well, Roger says, Rick, it's because Roger has a face for radio. I think I do too. Yeah, I think in general, Roger and I, when we have conversations, I'm probably more the instigator in the conversations. I would say, I mean, granted, we communicate well, and we do things together a lot. Um, but I feel like Roger would probably be just sitting here for the most part nodding his head because that's just how Roger is. We're different personalities, and you know I don't know that Roger would want to be just sitting here on standby, waiting for a way to get into the conversation so much. So I leave him out of it. It's his choice. Rusty, hello all from Southern Indiana. Thumbs up for Barry. Thank you, Rusty. David, beer with Barry. I'm 2 steps ahead. Yeah, too bad I can't participate while I'm on this live stream. I guess I probably could, but I'm not going to. Hugh, have you ever changed door hinges without removing the fenders? I'm going to attempt it when the weather gets nicer. Have I ever tried that? I don't think I have, actually. My question is why? I mean, I get it. You don't want to take the fenders off, but it's a hassle. It's a real hassle on these cars because the way those are shaped with the cup shape to it, you're gonna have a hard enough time just getting in there with a wrench to take them off. Once you if you take the door off, granted, you'll be able to access it more because the door won't be in your way. But you have to reverse that process so you can get the hinges back in, but then you have to get the door lined up, and it's really difficult to get around where the fender is, or you're not going to be able to. You have to do it from the inside. So you're going to at least have another set of hands, I would say, or a jack and a block and a towel or something to support that door while you attempt that. Just the way I see it. I probably would just pull the fenders off. I know you got to pull the bumper and there's a lot to it, but I don't know. Give it a shot. See if you can do it. But I'd probably avoid that. Troy, the shift plate is made of thin aluminum and wears out quick. Mine has been replaced twice and it still doesn't, I guess, shift right. Either won't go into gear or shift hard. So I've been in a conversation with somebody who has done the same swap, basically. If I remember correctly, I think I heard low car come out of his mouth. I think he said something about the low car shifter or mechanism or something. I don't know. I will have a resource for that information as we move forward with the project. I mean, if the transmission is a problem itself, that's an issue. But if it's a secondary piece to that transmission, I'm sure there's got to be some way to address that. So we'll do some more research on that as we move forward. Travis Holtman, good evening all. #1 patron. Thank you, Travis. Glad you're here. Troy Jussett, better idea by Ford or cheaper idea? Okay. Well, we'll have to figure that out. And shift right. Okay. So he said it won't or go into gear or shift right. Okay. Hughes says, yes, it's ADA. I'm guessing. I have to put it in my mind. What's the long A sound? I don't know. We're the only place that makes all the NFL footballs and college footballs. My wife is a seamstress there. Well, that's interesting. There's some trivia that we all need to know. You never know. You get one of those odd trivia contest things. That's good to know. So now I have to, in my mind, create the long A sound. So I want to go A-da. Dave Conville, good evening all. Evening, Dave, glad you're here. Recently I had sent a message to Dave, in fact. We were communicating back and forth on some stuff, and there was a car that popped up on Facebook Marketplace. Now, as you know, I'm sure most of you know, I sold Jade. So Jade is no longer here. It's actually in South Carolina. The owner seems to be enjoying it. And, you have to look. I don't need any more projects. I don't need any more cars. But I always scan through Marketplace because you never know. You never know. But David sent me a picture of a Cobra Jet up in the New Jersey area that was for sale. I guess it's been sold. But it was apparently had a vinyl top on it. Now, I don't know if that was offered directly from the factory or if that was a dealer install. I don't know. I've never looked into that. But I thought it was really interesting. It was a goldish color Mach 1 Cobra Jet with a 4-speed and a black vinyl top on it. Now, it's already been sold. I don't know who bought it or what they're going to do with it. I just found that really interesting that somebody to intentionally put a vinyl top on a fastback. Along with that, I sent Dave a link, or tried to send him a link, to a 68 Cougar that popped up on Marketplace. And simply because I know 68 Cougars, they're popular. I mean, people like them. I don't have a problem with them. I like them. Never owned one. But this thing was for sale down in Florida, and it was sort of a barn find. I don't know if the mileage was accurate on it or not, but it was dusty and dirty. And they said they didn't even try to start it up. They just pulled it out of this barn, and it was for sale. And I was immediately thinking, I would like to buy it just like it is, and just keep it dirty, and do a video on it. You know, the old "will it run" thing, right? Which we all know they will. If it was driven there, it'll drive out. But people would probably really enjoy seeing that "will it run" and giving it a bath and making it look nice and all that sort of thing. But again, I don't need a new project. But it just kind of crossed my mind. Daryl, with your new lines in the shop, will the diameter difference affect flow rate while painting? I don't think so, because I have the air restricted going into my filter system in the back. So the 3/4 line, it's going to be necked down when it goes into the filter system, and the hose that it comes out is a smaller diameter as well. So I really don't think it's going to affect the paint booth stuff. Now, if it does, I like to think that I have enough experience that I could sense it and be able to adjust it on the fly, which I've done. You've probably seen me in videos. I'll be spraying something and not quite feel right, and either tweak the air or the pattern some, and run with it. But I don't think it's going to be a big concern with those lines. I'm so happy I changed those out. As I mentioned previously, I had used Schedule 40 PVC in all the airlines up here, and I just was having bad feelings about the airline and paint booth because it was right at head level. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to take that chance of having something fail. So now with this blue hardline stuff, I don't know if it's actually considered PEX or not. I don't know. But it's much better. I feel so much better about having it in place right now. Mark says there was a Mustang Fastback with a vinyl top at MCACN a few years ago. Yeah, I've never seen one in person. I've only seen a handful of cars, even Mustangs with a vinyl top. Period. Coupes. I've never seen one on a fastback, and I must admit it didn't look that bad. It really did give it some cool effect because the car was a goldish color, and the black kind of brought out that gold even more. Troy, the transmission problems are only with the trucks. The 10-speed doesn't have these problems. The VCT solenoids are also a problem on the 15 to 18 Coyote engines. So, what is the, I don't know, VCT solenoid? Answer that for me. Are those in the back of the intake manifold? Because I was talking to a friend of mine who's done this, Bad Harry, who's been on here, and he explained to me that they look like car horns on the back of the manifold. He said those can be removed because they're an emissions thing, and you can actually buy adapters that block those, a certain open or closed, whatever they're supposed to do, and it eliminates that from the system, and it also gives you a little more room to fit the engine in place. So just something I'm going to be looking at with that as well. So I'm not sure what the VCT solenoids are, variable cam timing. Yeah, okay. Okay, may have to look at that. David, the vinyl top fastback, weird. Yes, it is weird. Dare to be different in some cases. Troy, now would be the time to replace them with the engine out. Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. We're still going through the process of putting the car together itself, and there's still a few things we have to put together for putting the engine in. So I know there's going to be some new engine mounts coming, and there's two ways you can buy those. You can buy them, well, there's a variety of options out there, but there's a kit out there where they sell them welded together, and you just bolt them on. The problem I have with that, though, is if they don't interact correctly with the system we're putting in for the suspension, I maybe modify them anyway. So these, we're going to get them in pieces, and I'll hand fabricate the engine mounts for it. And I think that's a safer way to go when it comes down to it. Okay. I was just checking on to see if I had gotten the picture from Mark. So as Rick said, variable cam timing. Okay. And Troy just said variable cam timing under the valve covers in the front. So you're saying replace them as in just put in original Ford parts, or is there an upgrade or something that needs to happen? Because I'm not overly familiar with these engines or any of the problems they may have. So, and if you need to send me an email or something, that's fine too. Let me have some data from that side of things. Dave Conville asked a previous two owners of the 69 if he knows if the vinyl was dealer or factory. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's really an odd. I don't know if I have. Maybe I'll get your the photo you sent me, and I'll share it. Maybe, because it's just a really odd look to it, but it's not bad, like I said. So I'm going to. I'll email this photo to myself, and then y'all can see what it looks like. Because, like I was saying, it brings out the color of the car. Here we go. So give it a minute to bounce off all the satellites, and then we'll get a look at it. Okay. And I have been having, oh, wait a minute. Okay, now it's sent. Oh, look at that. It showed up pretty quick. So since we're talking about that, I'm going to go ahead and pull that up right now. Isn't technology fantastic sometimes? So there it is. It's let me put on Dave's comment. So now you can see what I was saying with the black stripes on the side and the black vinyl top. It's not that bad. At least in my opinion. It's just a it gives it a different look. And I can't say no to it. You know? It's one of those things where it's like, I just never saw one with that. I think I kind of like it, actually. All right, let me pull that down. That's enough. Okay. So Hugh says, I have a 68 Cougar and a 68 Fastback. I'm thinking of doing a conversion to a Fastback Cougar. I have seen that done, and I would not mess up. If you had a good 68 Fastback, I would not mess it up. But if you can come up with the components, then I didn't have any issue with the way it looked. I thought the Cougar looked pretty good with the Fastback style back glass in it and everything. So that would be interesting. It'd be a good challenge. That'd be a good challenge. I would probably take on that challenge. Troy says Ford has improved them. Talking about the VCTs. The new ones are okay. All right. Derek says it suits it. And I'm going to go back to that real quick. I definitely cannot. I won't say no to that. Troy does it. That does look good that way. It does, and you have to stop it right there at the back glass. You know where the deck filler panel is. You can't go any further than that. What would be interesting though? Nah, I don't even know if I want to say it. If you were to take a blackout paint and finish out the side to where it made it like a long spear. You know, where the long sail panel comes back to the top of the quarter. If you could black that out to match, that would be kind of interesting. David says, I agree, not that bad. Yeah, it's not. Dave says, I believe that is a rare 6-cylinder fastback. I think they only made 50 of them. Actually, if I understood correctly, this is a Cobra Jet car. If I'm pretty confident that that's what Dave told me, that it was a 4-speed Cobra Jet. Yeah, it says on the ad, 69 Mach 1 is a rare treasure, original paint, distinctive black vinyl top. According to the eBay seller, the car's original 428 Cobra Jet engine and 4-speed transmission remain intact. So that's even more rare to think that somebody ordered a Cobra Jet that way. Here we go. Hugh, did Mustangs ever make partial vinyl tops? I see one on Marketplace today that the vinyl was just around the sail panel and back window area. No. Not as far as I have ever seen. Yeah, they did. You're thinking like a Landau type roof. I know GM did that on some cars. They had just a back half vinyl. I don't know if Dodge ever did anything like that or not, but I've never seen a Mustang, at least not a factory car or a dealer installed situation. Somebody may have customized their own and decided to do something like that, but I've never seen a Mustang made that way. Troy says gold with the black top works. Yes, it does. Dave says he sent a pic. So I don't know if he sent me. Oh, he sent me another pic. So I don't know if that picture is any better than what I have. So let me see what this one does. Oh, that's the same pic. So, okay. And then Steve Reed, hello Barry and everyone. Thumbs up for Barry for his great work and show. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. They've written the circular medallion on the side really looks like the one from a 69 Mustang E. The Mustang E came with a standard black vinyl top. Interesting. Let me look at that again. Now, from what I see, it looks like the regular logo on the side. I don't know what the difference is between a Mustang E and the regular running horse, whatever logo or Mustang emblem they had on the Mach 1s. And Dave says you saw one in Copart last year. That would be, probably should have bought that one. Okay, I'm getting some other pictures coming in, so let me look at this picture. And this is, now see that I don't like. I don't know. I don't like that one. This Mark sent me this one. Like GTX. And no, that's a hard no for me on that one. I think it's because of the big side window they have on that, or the vent where it would be on the side, kind of ruins it. No, can't do that one. Go away. I don't like that one. Gerard Peters, no way, a hard no as well. Yes. So thank you for that, Mark. I would not want that configuration. Roger, my 71 Duster had the front half vinyl that stopped at the B pillar back window angle. Yeah. I mean, there was a whole bunch of bad ideas, but I think the half vinyl was even worse than regular vinyl. The full roof. I know they try to make things look different. I keep thinking of the, was it like the Cordoba or the Dodge Aspen or something along those lines where it had the short roof vinyl that was just over the, like you're saying, well, you're saying it's from the stopped at the B pillar back window angle. So it was on the front half is what you're saying? Because I've seen them where it's on the back half, and that's just weird. And Dave was saying that car was definitely a Cobra Jet. I saw it in person. I know the second owner from 1974. Talking about this car. So that's really cool. And that's one of those I probably wouldn't want to restore it. I would just clean it. And I'd even doubt that I don't even know if I'd clean it, to be honest. I would get that car running and driving safely. Get trash out of it or stuff like that. I would not restore that car. I like it just the way it is. And to me, it's not going to gain any value by dumping $30,000 into it to make it look like it came from the factory. Leave it just like that and go win trophies at car shows. That's my opinion. Let's see. Derek sent me a couple of pictures. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get to those. So, and forgive me, it takes a second to go back and forth to what, getting the email, getting to back to my page here. And then I have to make room for the pictures. So, okay, so this is a 68 GT 390 coupe with the black vinyl top. Okay. Now see, I'm okay with that. I don't mind the black vinyl top on a good contrasting body color. That would be pretty rare, yeah. One of 68 GT390s. Yeah. Let me go back. I'm getting pictures from other people too. So Derek has sent me some pictures of his project that he's working on as well. See if I can get some of those to come up. So that's the 65, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Other Project 65. That has a nice paint color to it. And let me see if I can get the other picture. If I have enough room in my queue. Yeah. So there's the interior shot. Yep, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. I like it. All right. Get caught up on some of the comments. Yeah, no way on the vinyl top on the 65 fastback. David looks a bit like Speed Racer. Yeah, it does. William Rose, Kiwi Classics has a Cougar with a fastback, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, thank you, William. I've seen a fastback Cougar, but I don't know who made it, but I remember seeing it. Simone is checking in, hooked on classics, high bearing all from a mild but chilly UK. Glad you're here, Simone. Give you a bell for that. Gerard Peters, what do you know about the Revology Mustangs? How do they go about getting the body's shells? I don't know enough about them to give you an honest answer to that. I'm assuming they're buying dynacorn bodies already built, and then reworking them to make them fit whatever they want to do with them. And I know they're charging a lot of money for what they're building. I know that much. But they're also, I mean, everything is new in those cars, and I'm assuming people are buying them. There has to be a market for them or they wouldn't be doing it. But I don't know much about them, for, as far as what they're getting, gathering parts, or where they get the stuff from, or any of that sort of thing. Daryl Horvath, I had two Cordobas, 75 and 76. Both had the half vinyl top. Yep. Yeah. Simone said that's a cool looking car. I think she's talking about the gold car with the black top, I think. Hugh sent you what I seen, Barry. It may be a dealer install. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is just it's making me nauseous. I'm gonna make everybody sick with this. Hold on a second. I gotta get rid of some other pictures. Yeah, you realize that just because they offered it doesn't mean it was a good idea. So let's see. Okay, and I'll get the second one up too. So here's the oh oh yeah. There's nothing. It's one of those things where somebody says, say something nice about this car or this, photo. Nice police light on the A-pillar. I like that. Wow. Now, I don't know if they were just trying to ring up whatever options they could find. I've never seen that done purposefully on a Mustang. That vinyl, that makes absolutely no sense at all. And I see it has a luggage rack. And then here's the other one he sent me. Yeah. That one may have been a dealer, or a factory one. Because they, in 72, 70, whatever, they were really trying to ugly up things as much as they could, and that may have been part of the package. How ugly can we make this? And so that may have been what they came up with. Rally Cat Harvey, happy Monday, Barry. Welcome, Harvey. Glad you're here. Yeah, the 68 coupe did look good. So let's look at that one more time. Yeah, that feels better. That felt better. Dave Stice says nice 65. Oh, yes, talking about the Derek's car. Thanks, Dave. Very solid car. No rust. Win-win. Bowler hat guy. Revology is very expensive. Yeah, I think they're close to about, $300,000 on some of their stuff, I think. Yeah, Derek is feeling nauseous over that Mustang. The bronze car with the hat vinyl top is hideous. I will not argue against that. In the 70s, people did weird stuff, right? So I'm assuming that's a 70s configuration. I wouldn't even put those wheels or tires or, the hubcaps, whatever, on one of these cars today. I couldn't do that. And that's just terrible. That's just terrible. Yeah. Rusty says that's awful looking. I agree. And double. Yeah. Blah. Dave Tyson, I've seen on Mustang 2. Yes, a Mustang 2, I have seen that. And that didn't help their looks either. That didn't help them at all. Especially the early Mustang 2. Had that puffy half vinyl roof on it. Just try to imagine. You have to be in a 70s mindset whenever those ideas were put out. Like, what can we do that's going to give it some visual, odd appeal? And so they offered this vinyl roof thing, and people had to look at that and go, ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that soft padding vinyl roof. I think it's really neat. No, can't do that. Not anymore. Harvey says, let's see. I will say something nice about that Mustang. We can remove the ugly top and weld in the holes. It can be saved. Well, yes. Yes. But as it is, I can't say much nice about it. Ed, was that Clark Griswold's Mustang? It could be. I don't know. I guess it's possible. Derek says plain stock look is best in my opinion. Yeah. With an original car, I would rather see. I was talking about this to somebody else this past week, but the the term has been coined day two car, right? Or day two, whatever. Meaning the car that you bought on day one from the dealer looks like the dealer car, what you got out of the showroom or whatever. On day two, you might have gone and bought some new wheels and tires and put on it to give it a different look, or put on a chrome air cleaner, stuff like that. And that's I guess that's what's considered a day two car, meaning I did some different things to it, but I didn't like super modify it. It still looks close to original, but I've improved the wheels or put on some chrome valve covers, that sort of thing. So I'm not a fan of the original 14-inch wheels or even the 15-inch wheels. Just not a fan. I don't like them. If it's a, let's say it's an original car, never been modified, never been taken apart, and it has the original wheels on it, fine. Leave it that way. But if I'm going to do all the work to it and paint it up and make it look nice, I'm going to put some different wheels on it more than likely. I want it to look good, and it's hard to even find tires anymore of a smaller diameter. So I'd rather put some cool wheels on it, make sure it's clean and drivable, and that's about as far as I need to go. Derek Pro says, good one, Ed. Hugh, in the late 60s and 70s, most people were high and didn't realize how ugly it really was. Let me drink some coffee. Yeah, I would agree with that. Terry, and I just finished a piece of peach pie with ice cream. Ugh, how could you? Oh, come on, have one more look. Just one more look. And then again, this thing. A banana yellow 72 with a quarter vinyl top on it. No, can't do it. Derek says exactly, talking about just the wheels and make it look nice. 67 Mustang Coupe Restoration. If they just added one of the decorative spare tire holders on the back of the bronze Mustang trunk, like an 80s Caddy, that would have completed the vision. That's a great idea. If you put the Continental kit or something like that on the back of it, that would top it off. You might as well put a sunroof in it too. I mean, while you're there, it's already butchered. Just put a sunroof in it, and maybe some of those stick-on louvers. You could buy it like J.C. Whitney or whatever. You'd have the bullet cone louver things. You could, like on a Buick, put some of those on the fender. That would look incredible. Rusty, I agree with day two. Need to make it more beefy. Yeah. Michael Pagliarini, evening all, late to the party, was I guess rebuilding my V-pillar. Bottom filler was covering the non-existent lower half. Yeah. I get it. I've been there. Glad you're here, Michael. Derek, probably correct, Hugh. Yeah, baby. Talking about the getting high and building cars. Derek says make it a T-top. Oh, yeah, that would be even better. Hugh, my 67 has 72,000 original miles, 98% original. It still has the Fumico stamp crank and rod bearings. Only thing I changed was wheels and chrome air cleaner, but kept the original parts. Yeah, that's basically what they would say is a day two car. So if you sent that, I didn't see it. It hasn't shown up. Oh yeah. So Roger sent me a picture of the Duster vinyl top, and now I do remember what he's talking about. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, and side pipes. Don't forget the side pipes. Dave says, I think to top off the look, it needs to be the big steer horns on the front. Wait a minute. I thought I had saved that picture. Let me try again. Oh, it's saving it weird, Roger. It's not going to let me save it. But I see what you're talking about with the duster. So on the duster half vinyl roof, it would come back from the front, and then where the B pillar swooped around, it kind of stopped right there, and there was a rib that went across the top. So yeah, it won't let me download the picture. So Hugh, it says I know you said you sent me. Oh, there it went. Okay. Okay. Now that I can pull it up. Okay, so this is the car he's talking about. Wow, that's nice. That's real nice. I like that. Only thing I changed was the wheels and chrome air cleaner. I'm guessing did you put dual exhaust on it, or did it already have dual exhaust? Because it looks like I see an exhaust pipe. I'm assuming it has dual exhaust on it. But that's sharp. I like that. Dave Britton, I think to top it off the look, it needs to have the big steer horns. Talking about the options on the Mustang. Evan's Messy Garage. Hey Barry and all, it's been a minute. Hey Evan, glad you're here. Richard, good evening Barry. Sorry I'm late. That's all right. Glad you're here, Richard. Rick, I've been waiting and I have not heard Roger's head nod once through this whole video. Yep. Whoop. Simone says, wow, that blue is vibrant. It is. I'm not sure what that color is on that car. I'm not sure. I know it's not Gulfstream Aqua. At least I'm pretty confident that it's not. I don't know what that color is, so maybe Hugh can tell us. Derek Pro, great being with you guys. Thanks for the picks, Barry. Got to go. Stay well. All right, glad you're here, Derek. Hugh already had dual exhaust. Yeah, okay. That's what I saw the pipe and I thought somebody had to put dual exhaust on there because I know my 68 did not have dual exhaust on it, and I put duals on it. So that pipe sticks out a little bit. Dave Tyson, is that blue or green? I'm going to say it's blue. And David says, well, it's a good looking car, and I agree. It is a good looking car. Yep. I like it. That's sharp. There you go. Roger nodded his head. Rusty says, sweet 67. Yes, I agree. And Simone says, almost like TC. Yeah, it's not far off of the color for your TC. Yeah. Dave Britton, my sister bought a 66 Mustang that had an L88 hood scoop on it. Looks terrible to me. Yeah, I would agree. Rick Stevenson is not Gulfstream Aqua. That car is blue. Yeah. Rusty, that's a different hue of blue. Yes, it is. Rick, thanks for the nod, Roger Barry. Have you heard anything from the guy that purchased Jade? No, not really. I mean, we've had just a couple general, had texted each other, make sure everything was good, and really haven't had much conversation. So um, I'm assuming everything is going well at this point. Dave Conwell just spoke with the second owner of the 69 who bought the car in 74. He believes it was a dealer installed vinyl roof. Okay, that's interesting because, thank you, Dave. Because on those cars, if you were going to install a vinyl roof, even on the regular cars, you got to have that trim. So now the question is, because that trim is not something you're just going to hand form, in my opinion. So let's assume that even if it was a dealer installed vinyl, that the factory maybe made the trim for that purpose. I don't know. Because they had to come up with a trim somewhere. And I really doubt that that was hand formed. I guess it's possible. But maybe the dealer had a kit. And the factory sold just a trim kit, said if you want vinyl roof, you can put it on and then trim it out with this. I don't know. Hugh says it is paint code B frost turquoise. Looks dark blue, light blue, or a shade of green depending on what light it's under. So we'll go back to that picture real quick. Frost turquoise. I like it. That is a good looking color. Yep. Evan, oh man, Jade is sold. That car was my video education and a source of inspiration while I was overseas. And my 67 was a storage. Great series. Thank you, Evan. And yes, I sold it, I guess it's been 2 weeks. Yeah, first week in March. First weekend, I guess. Guy from South Carolina bought it. And I had put it up on Marketplace and thought, well, we'll see, if anybody's interested in it. I was contacted by a few people, several people, and I had turned them on to the videos. And I said, here you can see exactly what's been done to the car. And he was very interested in it. He had me change a couple things on it for him. He had I put in a Petronics electronic ignition for him, and I changed out the steering wheel to a wood grain steering wheel, and that's all I really did. And it was a little. I was a little anxious because I'd only driven that car and put about 290 miles on it. That's it. I'd driven the car to just not even 300 miles. And he came down here from South Carolina, bought the car, and drove it back to South Carolina. I was like, I haven't driven it hard or far or anything, so I really don't have a good history of it. And he's like, yeah, we went for a ride. He said, I'm fine with it. And he had no problem driving back, so it's all good. Hugh says repainted it once since new back in '82 when I refinished it. Oh, okay. Talking about this car. Okay, so Dave Condor, I like that frost turquoise. That's sharp. Works well with the Krager's white interior. You know what? I was trying to look at that. It looked kind of blue to me. I don't think it's a white interior. Sorry. Hugh says, Dave, oh, it says black interior. Okay. So I guess I'm seeing the door paint. Let me look at it one more time. I can't see it real good from... on my computer. Either way, it looks sharp. Rusty, did you ask for visitation rights? No, I did not. I see it now. Very nice. Okay. So here's a question for everybody. We're building this 68, and one subject that's been kind of come up is wheels. So we're open to the idea of suggestions. Now the owner we've talked it over. There's a few things we may leave open to, I don't know if I want to say voting or opinions, but, and as the videos progress through the series, there may be some things that we talk about, like what do people think should be, what do the wheels should be, right? I think one of the things we talked about was what interior to use, stuff like that. And we're thinking we'll leave that up to the viewers to have some input into that. So we could ask it tonight and see if anybody has any ideas as far as wheels, configurations, stuff like that. But it may also become part of a future video that we're like going through it, and as it progresses, of course, and say, hey, we're looking at getting some wheels for this. What are your opinions? So it's kind of hard to, I know everybody obviously has their own opinions on these things, but we are kind of leaving that open at the moment. Even I think we talked about the console options for that, and what may be a good console for this car. So it could either be approached here or it may be approached in a future video. Like I may put out something that I talk about the car and say we're looking for ideas and we'd like some input. So maybe it'll be an email type of thing where somebody can send pictures or thoughts on what they like for the wheels. Rick Ain, I'm a fan of Magnum 500 wheels. Yes, that's what I have on my Mach 1. I like those too. Hugh, wheels will depend on suspension, offsets, and spacing, making a difference before suggestions can be given. Yeah. Well, yeah. The car is intended to be for autocross. I'll say that. So it may be just more about the style of wheel that we're talking about. But again, that may come up later in a future video that we talk about it more. Rick Stevenson, on the 68 Fastback, if he plans to autocross, he will need more than one set. That's a thought. That's a thought. Richard, I love the Magnum 500s. Yes, I do too. I don't know if we're going to go with steel or not, but they do make aluminum versions of those too. Rusty set pic of my old 68 GT. Or 66 GT. I asked for visitation when I sold it. He said no. I get it. All done. Okay. Hugh sent me a couple more pics of his car. I don't know if I'm going to open those up or not just yet. That is a good looking car, Hugh. I must say that is a good looking car. And Russ sent me another picture. So I'm going to have to give me a second here, because when I get a bunch of pictures, let's see, Jeff, wait, Jeff's Train World HONO Gauge. Welcome, Jeff. Dave Tyson wire wheels with spinners. I like it. You want the ones with the spike sticking out, though, right? The long spiky thing sticking out of the wheels. And Daryl says, as you see in my pic, these coys suit the 67, 68. Yeah, and I can't make that picture big, but let me see if I can get rid of a few of these other pictures. And 22. So here's another shot from Hugh. And that's the interior of his car. Oh yeah. See, I thought the door had colored paint on it. So that's sharp. That is sharp. I like it. Let me put on yeah, that's I like that, Hugh. That's very nice. Okay, let me add. Here's one more. So there's another. Well done. Hard to beat the old Kragers. I'm assuming those are Kragers. They look like Kragers. And then I think he had, if it'll let me open it. Nope, I've got to get rid of some other pictures. Let me get rid of that one. Just a couple of different pictures that I've had in my inventory for a while. So here's the I think the undershot of Hugh's car, if it'll load. Yeah. Yeah, that's clean. Very nice. Very, very nice. I like it. I have one more here. This is, I think they said coys. Is that right? Coys, yeah. Hugh P says, Mad Max spinners. Now I've seen these. I don't know if it's a trend, Mexican cars or something. I don't know. They'll put smaller diameter wheels and have these massive spiky cones coming out of the centers. They're really tacky cars. I don't know. I won't even look at those. Jeff gives me a thumbs up, or peace sign, sorry. Dave Tyson, nice. Evan, really nice. Simone, matching steering wheel 2, fabulous. Yeah. That's really clean. Very nice, Hugh. David, that is a very good looking car. I agree. Very well done. Hugh, my 67 is factory installed rear window defogger. Haven't seen another one. Don't know how rare that is. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I put up the wrong picture. That was Russ on a 66. That wasn't Daryl. Sorry. I get too many things going on. Daryl says wrong pic. So you're talking about your thumbnail in your picture, I'm assuming. Or the car in your thumbnail picture, so. Hugh, has factory installed rear window defogger, and I've never seen that. So yeah, that's pretty rare. Um, that's a pretty rare option. I think on even another odd option or rare option is on this. I think it's an option on the 69s. Um, there is a defroster that goes on those. I think there's a blower back there. I think I know there's a opening underneath the back window, and I think they have an option for a like a blower. Hugh says, Barry, you need something stronger than coffee. Yeah, yeah. I will say, um, this isn't my regular coffee. This is my wife's coffee. So not quite the same as my regular coffee. Okay, Daryl says sent you my pick. Okay. Let's see if that'll let me have it. And Hugh says yes, it's a blower. It's just a blower. Yeah, yeah. I've seen them. I've seen the sort of an option on the fastbacks, but that would be an odd option to have on a coupe. So here we go. That's the wheels that Daryl was talking about. So, and those are the Kois, I believe. Those are pretty sharp. Those are pretty sharp. Dave Britton, my 68 had a rear window defogger. They used the same one right into the 70s. The family 72's Galaxy also had the same one. Oh, okay. Interesting. And Evan says, ooh, Purdy. Yep. Yep. That's the one thing, the guy who bought who bought Jade, he was talking about taking the wheels off and putting on a set of, what were they called? I guess they're on the Eleanor Mustang from the movie. I don't know if that's what you have, Daryl, or those Kois. Those look like pretty much the same wheel, if I'm picturing it right. I was trying to pull up a picture like that. So, whoops, let me go back to that. Yeah, those look like what they have on the Eleanor car, at least from the image that I see. But I think the guy who bought Jade had intended to swap out to that. I think that same type of wheel. I think. And David says, well, Daryl, trophy car, yeah. Steve Reed, I seen 166 Mustang that had rear defrost. Yeah, I've never seen it on a Mustang. I've probably seen it on like an LTD or something like that at the junkyard, but I've never seen them on a Mustang. Dave Tyson says, what size tires? I'm asking this tire size on this. Guessing. I'm going to guess they're 17-inch wheels. Just my thoughts. Yeah, that's what he's wondering. So if Daryl can give us a little more information on that car. but I'm going to guess 17s myself. Why not? So while he's getting us that information, Simone is saying goodnight. Yeah, and I'm pretty close to being shut down myself. So I don't know if Daryl has that available, if he can post that, so we can answer that question. So I will say this: I've been most of today. I spent final sanding, block sanding, final sanding on the Cobra Jet. So I finished up both front fenders, the driver's side or passenger side quarter, and the one of the doors is done. So I still have the other door to do, and then the hood and the bolt-on pieces. Now some of this I'm going to be, like the deck lid's going to get another shot of primer to smooth it up. But, these things are not, they're boring, to be honest, and I know that. So I'm not filming much of anything right now with that process because you've already seen it. You already know what I'm doing. But hopefully tomorrow I should have the doors done and the hood, and then I'll work on the front and rear valance and the rock guard. And there's still a lot of pieces to sand, but they'll be done. They should all be done this week. Should be. Let's hope. So I'm ready when that good weather hits. And Daryl says yes, they were 17s on that car. So anyway, I'm going to call it a night. Sanding looks great. Thank you, Dave. Yes, it is coming along. But I'm going to call it a night, and I plan to be back next Monday again on at 7 o'clock. And hopefully there's some more progress and more things we can talk about. But I want to thank you all for being here, and enjoy your week. But until we get together again, and until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.